Hi everyone, welcome to the FØLD community. My name is Emma and today I'm going to talk about everything you need to know about your bed from the very first time it's delivered to the first time you're going to be using it. So once you've unboxed your bed, this is how your bed is going to be packed. The first thing you're going to want to do is to take off your carriage, and you might want to ask someone for a bit of help with this. So the next thing you're going to do is you're taking out your footbar. And then your box. So your box has all those components that you're going to need a little bit later. Then you're going to need to lift your bed up into a vertical position. So walking round, you'll see two poles in the center. Grab both of those poles, nice flat back, and you're lifting that bed all the way up and standing it upright. So once you've unwrapped all of your components in your box, I want you to locate your two Easi-fold springs. They have a clip on either side and we're going to attach them to the bed. You'll notice that there are two fittings on either side of your frame and we're going to attach the clip onto the fitting. This is the fiddly part. The next step is to unfold your frame. Now the carriage isn't on, so we're going to do this nice and slowly. We're going to be using the handle that is just in the center of your bed and then just holding the bar on the opposite side. We're going to then start to unfold that bed until the Easi-fold springs catch. Now just make sure that you are using the bar and the handle and your hands are nowhere near the middle section. We then place gentle pressure down on that bar, still holding onto the handle, stretching out those springs until eventually your bed is completely unfolded down to the ground. Next step, you're going to place your carriage onto the bed frame. You might want to grab someone to help you with this. And make sure that your headrest is facing towards the back of the bed and the springs are facing towards the front. Next, you're going to find your footbar and your washers and screws and your large Allen key from your toolbox. Now the washers are going to be inserted inside the footbar with the thicker edge facing inwards. You might want to grab someone to help you. We're going to insert the footbar into the footbar fitting. So we're squeezing the two handles and aligning the footbar. And then using your screws, we're going to secure that footbar in place. So you can tie your screws finger tight to start. Might want to wiggle it around slightly to find that setting. And then once you can't screw anymore with your hands, you're then going to use that Allen key. Insert the Allen key and then keep turning until that screw is nice and secure. And then we're going to do the other side. So the next thing we're going to do is our final setup where we're adding all the additional components to the bed, your shoulder rests, your risers and your ropes. Now we're going to insert our stoppers into the frame of the bed. So you have two of them in your box. And we're just going to come down to the front of the bed and you're inserting your stoppers into the first hole that is closest towards the front of the bed. Once those are in and secure, you can add on a couple of springs just to stabilize the carriage. Next, we're going to insert our shoulder rests. So you're finding your shoulder rest and a post. We're going to insert the shoulder rest just to the side of the headrest and use the post to screw the shoulder rest in place. Next, you're going to insert your risers into the back of your bed. These are inserted with screw fittings on the back, so make sure first of all that your screws are nice and loose so you can slide your risers in all the way down. Also make sure that your riser and your pulley system is facing towards the front of the bed. Now once they are aligned, you're just going to screw them into place. Now you're going to locate your rope and your strap. There's a loop on either end of them that you're going to knot together. Once they are knotted together, we're going to thread the rope through the back riser. So finding the raw edge of your rope, threading it through, and then continuing to thread it through the eyelets to either side of your headrest. We're then going to take the strap and just place it on the shoulder rests and then pull the end of your rope until it is nice and taut. Make sure that you push it through that pulley system so it stays. You can then take your strap and just place it onto that riser. You have a nice little area underneath your headrest where you can place your excess rope. So now I'm going to talk you through your footbar and how to lift and lower it and alter the setting. You have two levers to either side of your footbar. You're going to squeeze both of them in at the same time, and then you can lift and lower your footbar. We have lots of settings for different heights and make sure that they are both latched in. We're then going to talk about our jump board and how to insert that into the front of the bed. So you want to make sure that your footbar is just all the way down to start. We're then going to lift the platform. So there's a lever system where the platform can completely lift up. And then we're taking our jump board and we're inserting our jump board into the two slots. It should slide in nice and easily. And then we're going to lift that foot bar to just rest up against the jump board. We also have two screws that sit right underneath your bed to secure that jump board in place. So looking to the front of your bed, underneath, you're going to screw both sides so that jump board has a little bit of give, but is nice and secure. So you've used your bed for the first time. Now I'm going to show you how to fold it. First step is to take your straps off the shoulder posts, place them into that back well. We're then going to release those springs and take the stoppers out. After you've taken your stoppers out, lift your platform up and we're going to place all of the springs onto the top gear bar. Once your carriage is secure on that top gear bar, you're going to walk around, place that platform down, and then take your foot bar all the way down to lie on top of your carriage. Then we're going to move to the back of the bed. We're going to take those risers out and place them into the inside setting, ready for storage. So you're now ready to fold up your bed. You're going to take hold of your handle, facing on a diagonal towards your carriage, flat back, bend in the knees. You're going to make sure that you're pulling that bed up. Now, once you start feeling those springs do their job, hold on to one of the shoulder rests and just guide that carriage up. And then we can walk around the back and bring that bed all the way up to its folded position. Now with your excess straps, we can just put them over the top of the bed so they are out of the way. So your bed could be stored in a vertical position as so, or it can be wheeled away for storage. To do that, we're going to bring our hands to those outside legs. Bring your foot onto the inside frame. Gently lean the bed towards you to catch those wheels. And then we can wheel that bed into that storage position. Bring your foot back onto that inside frame for support, and then bring your bed back into its vertical position. So now you're ready for your first workout. We're going to unfold the bed. So you're grabbing hold of those legs from the outside, bring one foot to the inner frame, lean the bed towards you, and we're going to wheel that bed to your chosen spot. Bring it into that vertical position and then come around the side of the bed. This is where we're going to use those Easi-fold springs. You're going to grab hold of your handlebar, bring your opposite hand either on top of your headrest or to the edge of your carriage, but not anywhere near these pinch points. You're going to place gentle pressure onto the carriage as you pull with the handlebar. And you're going to come to a point where the springs will catch, and you can pause here if you need to. Again, keeping your hands away from that pinch point. We're going to go again. So again, pulling that bar, pushing down on the carriage until the springs catch one more time. So you're going to feel those springs catch. And now, as much as this is Easi-fold system, you're going to use your core, so brace your abdominals. You're going to push down on that carriage until the carriage comes all the way down onto the ground. Now, all you need to do from this stage is unfold your foot bar, bring your carriage out, place those stoppers in, and bring your risers back into position. And then you are ready for your workout. Enjoy and welcome to the fold.